So I don't normally do a lot of book hauls because I don't really buy a lot of books. I'd rather get things from the library or, second hand offline. I buy like one or two books at a time maybe. I never buy like a lot of books to do an actual book haul. However, yesterday when I was in Belfast, I found a £1, £2 bookstore. Well, they actually had a lot more expensive stuff. Everything I bought was around that range. And it was an Oxfam one, so I thought I would go over the books that I bought. The first one is The Monk by Matthew Lewis, and this was originally published in 1796, and I've actually already started it. I'm about 40 pages in, and it's a interesting book so far. It's kind of hard to follow, but that's kind of expected because of, the time period. And it follows a monk who basically falls into sin, and that's all I know so far. So the reason I wanted to buy this book was, number one, the cover is just so interesting. I originally saw this in Waterstones months ago and it caught my eye straight away because of just, I don't know, it's like a naked man being carried away by a demon. Like, as soon as you see that, you're like, what is this book about? And the artwork is from a painting from 1450 called The Fall of the Damned. And then, obviously, I saw the cover, turned around, and then keywords from the back of the book are profanity, obscenity, sorcery, murder, incest, torture, erotic impulses, violence, masterpiece of gothic fiction, acute psychological insight. Like, these are all just words from the back of the book, and once you put all them together, you're like, right, I need to see what this is all about. So I'm really excited to see if it lives up to what I'm imagining it to be. Another book I bought is one that I didn't really know too much about, and it's Gullivers Travels by Jonathan Swift. And this was originally published in 1726 and follows a sailor who is shipwrecked on an island full of little people. And that's all I really know. And the reason I wanted to buy this book was, one, because the price, it was £1.75. This one was £1, I'm sure. And I just thought, it's a classic I've never really thought about, I never considered reading, but for that price, I was like, I'm going to buy it. And all I know about it is there was a movie with Jack Black as like Gulliver. I'm assuming Gulliver's Gulliver's the sailor. I never actually saw it, but I just remember the trailers and I was like, okay, I want to see what this is all about. Third book I bought is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, and if you've watched our channel for a while, you'll know that back in February, I think it was February, I read this book and I just absolutely loved it. It's such a hard book to describe. It's basically like a soap opera, in my opinion. It's just got drama, family drama, marriages, like abusive partners, everything you can imagine. Like, characters just stirring up drama. I love. It's the housemaid, I'm sure, it's been a while. I'm sure it's the housemaid, her name's like Nellie or something, and she's the one telling the story to a new tenant, and like she just puts herself in so many like situations. I don't know, it's so hard to describe, but I just absolutely love this book. I want to own an edition for myself. Personally, I don't love this edition. It's actually, I checked on the inside, it was published as part of a giveaway by the Daily Express newspaper, which is quite interesting, and I don't like the colours or anything, but I just wanted to own an edition of this book, and this was the only one they had, and it was £2, and I was like, you know what, that's probably the cheapest I'm going to find this book. And I'm probably not, I will reread it at some point, but I don't know, I just wanted to have it on my shelf. Fourth book I bought was another one I've just picked up because it was £1, and that's The Lovely Bones. And this is about a girl who is abducted by her neighbour. And again, that's pretty much all I know. It's a thriller. I don't really want to know much about thrillers. I only know that because there was a movie about, it must have been about 9 years ago, that's something, I don't know. I remember when the movie came out, seeing stuff about it, so I thought, it might be really interesting. Again, I don't really love the cover, but I don't know. I don't even know if I will read this. I thought, because at first I was like, oh, this will be a good book for the airport, and then I just went straight into The Monk because I just needed to see what it was all about. Fifth book I bought was The Tenant of Windfell Hall by Anne Bronte, and again, I don't know much about this book at all. The reason I bought it was because I loved Wuthering Heights by her sister, and I wanted to see what Anne had to say, because all three of the Bronte sisters kind of write about the same similar topics. It's all about like governesses and drama, like personal drama, that type of thing. It's hard to describe, but I read the back and it says, when Helen Huntingdon decides to leave her British drunkard husband, she's not only flouting convention but also going against the laws of the land. So again, It's just a lot of personal drama, and I think it'll be really interesting to see what Anne Bronte has to say and compare her voice to Emily Bronte. The last book I bought, I'm not even sure if I want to try and pronounce it, but it's Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I feel like that sounds right actually. And I'm going to be honest, I'm never going to read this. I just bought it because it was £1 and it's another, Penguin Classics. I want them all on my shelf. I think it looks good. This is about a desolate and desperate former student wanders through the slums of St. Petersburg and commits a random murder without remorse or regret. Sonia, a downtrodden prostitute, can offer him the chance of redemption. So I think that's really interesting, characters, especially for a book from the 1800s to be portraying in a positive light, because I know for a fact prostitutes are not, even now, are not seen as being like good people, which is terrible because they are just human beings. And I don't know, I don't want to get into a whole debate. Anyway, I just think, if I ever do get around to reading this, it'll be definitely interesting to see a voice from the 1800s, especially in Russia, and their thoughts on, prostitution, murder. I just think it sounds like a really interesting premise. But it is a really big book. It's like over 600 pages. I don't know if I'll ever actually read this, to be honest. Although, it does say on the back that this translation has been acclaimed as the most accessible version of that surname's great novel. I'm sure I said it right, Dostoevsky? I feel that sounds right. Anyway, that was all the books I bought in Belfast, and altogether it literally came to about £8, I'm sure. It's like £1, £1, I don't know. It came to like £8, so I pretty much think that's pretty good for, considering there are 5 classics and then 1 modern book. So if you read any of these books, let me know down below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. I've already started The Monk. I'm definitely not going to binge read it though. It'll be something I kind of go back to. And I really think I want to get into the Tenant of Windfell Hall. That's such a hard title for me to say. But the rest of them, I don't know when I'll ever get to. So, thanks for watching. Leave a like and a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you later.